Okay, so this is The Bigs 2, developed by Blue Castle Games, published by 2K Sports. It's the sequel to 2007's The Bigs. The Bigs 2 has a unique story mode that we call Become a Legend. It picks up where the Bigs left off. You're now the old vet. You're one of the best players in the game, but you suffer a near career-ending injury, and you wind up having to fight your way back into relevance, back into the big leagues by playing in a fictitious Mexican major league. It's pretty fun. You're down a really small-time field, but that kind of works as your training mode, and you can then put them onto a team, and then you try to go not just regain your status as one of the best players in the league, but ultimately, through completing the challenges in Become a Legend mode, you can vie to become the single greatest player of all time. So now we're in Become a Legend right here, and you'll see one of the new features in the Bigs 2 is what we call the batter's wheelhouse. This red area here on the screen denotes the batter's strength. If the pitch is successfully hit in that area, the ball has a much better chance of being of splitting a gap, of being a home run, of being a powerful shot. But conversely, to really build up the balance between pitcher and batter confrontation, if the pitcher lands a strike in the batter's wheelhouse, it successfully gives him a much greater turbo boost and allows him to intimidate the player and thereby shrink down his batter's wheelhouse. Now, successfully having landed that, Ortiz is going to crack this one out of the park. Oh, no, he didn't, because part of the Bigs also having major saves. We're playing against some really strong players, and their attribute types will allow them to perform special moves in the field. We call these legendary moves.
Big fly ball to the outfield.
And there's a legendary move. Snagging an amazing catch and getting major points in your big play meter. As you play through the Bigs, big plays build up your big play meter. You see at the top of the screen up there. So whether it's big bats, big pitch, big strikeouts, big hits, the more big plays you are able to successfully pull off, the more big play points you have. That ultimately lets you either pull off a big heat, which is a set of strikes, potential strikes against a batter at the plate, where you're, sorry, this is a new context-specific mini game. I didn't pull it off there. Those mini games allow you to pull off a legendary move. If you successfully complete one of those, you're able to pull off a move that would normally be nearly impossible to do. Here's another mini game where we're trying to knock the catcher off the plate, but looks like the catcher's going to win, and I get a face full of shoulder. One of the most popular things in the Bigs was actually the home run pinball mode, and in the original Bigs, you can only play home run pinball in one venue, but now we have 4 venues total. We have a retro Times Square set in the 1920s, we have downtown Las Vegas on the Strip, we have modern Times Square, and we have downtown Tokyo. You can now play online or offline, co-op or competitively head-to-head with another player. One of the things we heard fans and media talk about was the desire for a season mode in the Bigs 2, and this year we have a full 162 game season where you can just play a straight year of games all the way through with your specific team that you picked up. And via Xbox Live and PSN, you can have the ability to actually have roster updates happen as well too, so things stay current. But we definitely listened to the fans and media and got that put in for this year. Pickup games are a really fun mode. It's entirely new to this season. You get 2 fictitious teams, you and a friend, and the computer will randomly assign player options for each of the positions on the field, and then just like in grade school, you can pick the player that you want. We also added a set of other contextual mini-games. These are mini-games you can play on your own to try and just get high point scores or unlock achievements, but they're also a chance to practice skills that you use in the game, because part of what makes the Bigs so unique are the mini-games that pop up during play, whether you're fielding or hitting or pitching. And this is a mini-game here that's going to help us go through our home run derby practice. The point of this minigame here is to actually use your left analog stick to direct your hits toward targets in the outfield. The idea is if you unlock a series of targets in a row, you're going to get additional opportunities for higher point values, and ultimately, as you build a big play meter, you'll have enough to actually pull off a big blast and ultimately just destroy the scoreboard in the background and defeat your opponent. We also have a brand new contact hitting minigame that allows you to practice your quick twitch reactions for fast contact hits. The goal of this mode is to find the sweet spot on the back of the screen and just stare at that so you can actually pull off these fast hits. Red balls take away points, green balls give you double points. You get enough consecutive green balls in a row, you can actually unlock a slew of green ones for maximum points. So this next minigame is a fielding minigame. It's all about catching, and this is really important because this, in addition to being really fun and addictive, is also a really important skill that you'll see pop up as legendary moves when you're out in the field actually trying to play against an opponent. The idea is that you'll, by hitting A at the correct time, be able to snag some balls that would normally be difficult to catch. And occasionally, if you get enough of these in a row, you'll get a chance to pull off a legendary move, which gives you a context-specific button press, like that. And because everything in the bigs is larger than life, one of our mini-games is a speed mini-game, which is a foot race that takes place on the rooftops and outside Wrigley Field. This actually helps you with your quick button reactions you're going to have to use in actual gameplay. Bigs 2, available July 7th for all major consoles, PS3, 360, Wii, PS2, PSP, and DS.